It says, at sundown he arrived at a good place to set up camp and stopped there for the night. Jacob found a stone to rest his head against and lay down to sleep. As he slept, he dreamed of a stairway that reached from the earth up to heaven, and he saw the angels of God going up and down the stairway. At the top of the stairway stood the Lord, and he said, I am the Lord, the God of your grandfather Abraham, and the God of your father Isaac. The ground you are lying on belongs to you. I am giving it to you and your descendants. The Lord spoke to Jacob. In verse 13, he says, I am the Lord. In verse 15, what's more, I am with you, and I will protect you wherever you go. So the Lord spoke to Joseph, Jacob's son, through his dreams that angered his brothers and almost got him killed. They got him sent to slavery and in prison as it eventually Pharaoh's number 2 and with a lot of power. Joseph had a vision that all his brothers are going to bow down to him and he will be king. And it was just a vision. And it eventually happened. But it angered his brothers, and that's how he got sent to slavery, by his brothers being angry at this vision. And so that's that story. The story of Joseph can be found in Genesis 37 through 46, and about Joseph receiving the gift from God of interpreting dreams, that can be found in Genesis 40 through 41. The Lord spoke to Solomon where he was dreaming. In 1 Kings 3, 5 through 14, First Kings 3, 5 through 14, it says, that night the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream, and God said, what do you want? Ask and I will give it to you. Solomon replied, you showed great and faithful love to your servant my father David, because he was honest and true and faithful to you. And you have continued to show his great and faithful love to him today by giving him a son to sit on his throne. Now, O Lord my God, you have made me a king instead of my father David, but I am like a child who doesn't know his way around. So the Lord says, ask and I will give it to you. The Lord spoke to Joseph, Jesus' stepdad, and the Lord sent angels and ministered to Joseph husband of Mary, and what to do with his wife who was given birth to a child that wasn't his. In Acts chapter 2, Peter the apostle stands up and says, these men are not drunk as you suppose, but this is that spoken of by the prophet Joel, saying that the last days I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Your young men shall see vision, and your old men shall dream dreams. So for you older guys, dream dreams. Sorry, I digress. Back to verse 1. I like how it's said in different versions. In the NIV it says his mind was troubled. In my American Standard Version it says the sleep left him. And in my NLT it says he has disturbing dreams. Year 2 of his reign, he became king in September 605. And so that was in 603. September may be even 602 because it's still a part of his second year. So here on the ranch, what do we do when we can't sleep or we can't wake up from scary or trippy dreams? We toss and turn. We lay there with our eyes open. I'm sure we don't wake up. We don't wake up our bunkie in the middle of the night and say, hey, I had a bad dream. Let's talk about it. Maybe we wait for a little later on the day. And if that, we usually go right back to bed. Me, when I wake up and I had a nightmare, I usually forget it before my feet even touch the ground. I'm just drawing a blank. You know what King Nebuchadnezzar does is in verse 2 to 3, he calls his people immediately to come and interpret the dream. It must be nice. I don't know if you're ever wondered the meaning of your own dreams. In the ASV, he says he was anxious to understand, and that basically means is he's just wanting more. So I'm going to stop right there, you guys. So. Thank you. So thank you guys. I was kind of nervous. I got to verse 2, which was pretty cool. Chapter 2, I didn't think I would. So if anybody would like to pray us out, they can. Ron?
Dear Lord, thank you for another day of life. Thank you for your word. Yeah, to help us concentrate on what that was spoke today.
Amen.
Nailed it, buddy.
Hey, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Good job, brother.
Thank you.
Good job, bro.
Thanks.
Sick.
Good job, Randy.
Thank you.
Where's the mic?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the mic. It's right there. It's right here.
Oh, that's sick with it. Let me see. Wow. That's tight.
I'll look it up. He's your friend. He is my friend.
Good job.
Thank you.
You can see that right here.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Andy.